spirit guides, ancestors, God, Jesus, Buddha, all of the entities that guide, that help, that assist, I call upon you. May this reading for the Cancer Collective reach them when it needs to reach them. May my words be your words. May I pull the correct cards for them. I trust in your guidance. All right, let's do this, collective. Let's do this for Cancer. My Cancers, my Cancers. What does my Cancer Collective needs to know today? What does my Cancer Collective, you know what? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Spirit guides, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. It's like this candle here. All right, let's see what is going on. Let's see what is going on. Welcome, welcome, spirits, welcome. 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 Welcome, spirit guides. Welcome. All right, spirits, let's go. Let's talk to my peoples here real quick. My cancerianos. See what's popping with them today. All right, too many cards, but you know what? We're doing what we are told, not what we want to do. We are doing what we're told, not what we want to do. All right, so we have the Eight of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the Fool in reverse, which immediately tells me that there's a decision that you need to be making that you're not making. All right, you have a lot of energy in the reverse here. There's some money that's coming in, and you're trying to be strategic about how you're going to use this money, but there's also some sort of disagreement. And you're going to, I don't know, I see that you're holding back, that there's some hesitation on your end. um, that you're taking some risks, some huge risks here. This Page of Wands in the upright position is telling me that you've been thinking about this for quite some time. There's a certain level of excitement in your life. Okay, let's take a look at what's happening here. And we'll continue to dig in. Let me center myself a little bit better so that I have a bit more room here for you guys. So this Eight of Wands is giving me Sagittarius energy, right? This Eight of Wands, and of course, wands representing fire gives me speed, right? You're definitely in an energy of wanting to get things done quickly. You're inspired. You're speaking about your plans. You are trying to inspire. You have a free spirit. You're definitely exploring. You're thinking about the future in a way that might be scaring some people, even if there's a sense that things are going to be amazing. Whoever it is that you're sharing this information with might not be seeing it under the same context as you, because that energy is kind of holding back, right? There's hesitation, there's fear of taking a risk. When the Fool appears in the reverse position, is telling me that there's a sense of kind of being overwhelmed, right? Because of the choice. And that's that energy. That's not necessarily your energy. Your energy is about teamwork and collaboration and building something together, where that energy is kind of telling you, well, relax, hold on, be easy. Think about what we're doing. You feel that in thinking about what you're doing, it's, you're wasting time. Um, you want to move forward with whatever it is that you want to move forward with, and you can see that is going to be it's going to be beneficial for you. However, for you, that might be, you may think, did I pick the lesser of the two evils that I had a choice to pick from, right? Because there's definitely this financial failure that I see for you. And it's not complete, right? It's not complete. It's just that you're going to be, I see your energy being kind of like blocked. I see that you're being impatient, that you feel that because you have to depend on other people to make this choice, that you're being seen as kind of like overly dependent, right? There's this overly optimistic feeling. Um, and there's some depression and some sadness and even some arrogance on your part, Cancer. And you have to be wary of that, right? You have to understand that sometimes it is a good thing to kind of take a second to pause and to say, let me think about this shit for a second, because what's wrong with thinking? What's wrong with taking your time to either cement the choices that you're making, or to restructure whatever it is that you have planned? It's okay to say, you know what, wait a second. This might not be beneficial for all involved. This might just be benefiting me. So I'm only thinking about it from the aspect of myself as opposed to for the collective that you're in. Um, everything is a process, right? Something came to you very quickly, is the energy that I'm picking up. And now that you're in it, it's like, whoa, did I, was this the right choice for me? And even though things might not look happy right now, things might not look as joyful as they, you imagined them to be, because you had inspiration. You felt like, yes, I'm moving in the right direction, right? But you are still holding back. You're still not allowing yourself to fully with your soul commit to whatever it is, right? Your inner resources. There's a feeling of, yes, I'm here, I'm in the mix, but I'm not fully embodying what I signed up for. I hope that makes sense to somebody. I don't know who that's for, but it's almost like you rushed to make a decision. You ended up in the mix. You are portraying something, but you're feeling something completely different. And that's okay. That happens. That's normal, right? You're entering a time in your life where everything kind of is new for you. So just allow yourself to relax into whatever it is that you're doing. Spirit, tell me more about this Seven of Wands. This Eight of Wands, I'm sorry. Yeah, there was definitely a heartbreak that ensued, right? There was suffering, there was grief, there was depression, there was a divorce, there was a loss. And then you stood there and you said, wait a minute, I can be inspiring. I can do other things. I can go in a different direction. I don't have to sit in this. And you rushed out of that. You didn't allow yourself to feel through that entire process. So it's almost like certain things catapult you back to that time, and you don't understand why, because everything around you should be so happy and should be so jolly, right? Like you thought you made the right decision. You thought you were heading in the right direction. You thought you were going to be kind of in this teamwork collaboration energy. And you are right. There's definitely exhaustion on your end because it's not easy, but you're okay. It's just a matter of you implementing and embodying the choices that you made, right? Not just mentally, but with your soul. Now you're in the muck. And I don't mean the muck in a bad way. I mean you're in it, right? You made your choice. And your resources are tied to it. All of your resources are tied to these choices. Your mental resources, your financial resources, everything is now tied to the choices that you've made. Oh, my Cancers. Let's see, what else have you done? Um, yeah. You isolated yourself. There was a loneliness about you. You withdrew. There was distance. You almost lost your way, right? Because you sat through the heartache, but not fully. You did not invest the time required to truly get through whatever it is that you had to get through before you decided to kind of like say fuck it and move on. And this could be from anything. This could be from a job, this could be a relationship, this can be different things. You tell me. what it is that I'm talking about, because you're the one that knows. Um, let's clarify this Hermit in the reverse, Spirit. Why was this isolation necessary? Okay. That Queen of Wands is Pisces energy. Um, and it's telling me that it took courage on your behalf. But that energy kind of allowed you to then enter this um state of wanting to just make a jump for it, right? Yeah, and then you found something out that gave you mental clarity. That mental clarity ended whatever needed to end at that point. Death upright gives me Scorpio energy. Um hmm. Yeah, there was a determination about you once you went through this energy of um heartache, and you suffered, and your emotional pain and sorrow and whatever the hell it is that you went through. um and you kind of had assistance, or you sorted out, right? And there was a partnership, teamwork, partnership, that allowed you to kind of deal with this superficially, in a way, right? You found out whatever you needed to find out, pardon me, and you killed whatever it was. You said okay, you moved on. All right. um and there was kind of like a struggle in terms of your inner resources, and you felt a bit overwhelmed, and you were even defensive. There was this paranoia and this exhaustion and this fatigue and lack of motivation on your end. um but teamwork, you came in, you had teamwork. There was a you chose the lesser of two evils. Let's kind of clarify a little bit of what's going on here, because, well, this is it. Right. Okay. Energy. There was passionate, there was inspiration, there was an adventure, there was an impulsiveness about you that then led you to kind of this uh 10 of pentacles in the reverse. All right. But the 10 of pentacles in the reverse is giving kind of something with money, and it's not necessarily delicious. um let's see. Okay. So overcommitment, right? Disorganized. There was a lack of balance. There was a sense of overwhelm. Like things were just being done to just get them done, not necessarily because that was the order that they should have been done in. But then you had some sort of public recognition, right? There was a moment of victory. There was that public recognition, and that progress probably tells me that it has a little bit to do with everything, but probably work or just life in general. You felt a little bit better about the choices you made and where you are, and kind of showing off, whatever it was that you were showing off, whether it's your new job or, a new relationship, whatever it was, whatever it is, rather, because it's something that's still pretty much in your immediate energy, I feel. um, there's a sense of pride and self-confidence that this brings you, regardless of how you came about the choice. Okay. The sun in reverse is just telling me that your inner child is feeling down. All right, that your inner child has to be taken care of, that there's still a depression and a sadness inside of you. There's a certain arrogance inside of you that needs to be remedied, Cancer, right? None of this is going to make this upright until you heal, until you call the thing by its name, until you say, this is something that I need to work on. This is not having to do with another individual. This is me. Nobody can assist you with, a sun in reverse. Nobody can help you heal your inner child but you. And that's work that you need to do. That's honestly the advice. Regardless of what has happened in your life, regardless of how many cards I've pulled here in the reverse, there's a lot that you need to work on, right? This King of Wands in the reverse as well is telling me about your ruthlessly high expectations, your haste, your unachievable expectations. You want certain things to be a certain kind of a way, and there's no way that they can be that. Okay, you have to understand that in order to have this here, this teamwork, and in order to build something and to implement it, you have to allow people into your soul. You have to allow them into your heart. You have to truly understand what love is and what love means, not what you want it to be based on this hurt inner child, but on what it is. Okay. Understand that you have the power to drag people under when you get into these moods that you know how to get into. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups. Emotionally balanced, compassion, diplomatic, control, balance, supportive leader, tolerance, empathetic. I can't make this shit up. I just told you this, right? This is what's required of you. This is what's required of you. And you have to work on this. You need to stop being such a fucking wuss, okay? And work on your inner child. Work on fixing the things that you know you can fix. Work on making sure that the energies that you're surrounding yourself with are the correct energies. Not everybody is your friend. Not everybody wants the best for you. So you have to understand that in order for you to be able to build this teamwork, you truly have to work on your inner child. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, Cancer. Get to it. I love you and I hope this helped.